Our boy is out here soloing an entire army, and these knights are getting absolutely folded. He hits them with that dead-inside, red-eyed stare that just screams, "You are all so screwed." My man made a throne out of pure carnage and is just chilling. This is some next-level disrespect. He's owning whatever demonic title they've given him, basically telling them, "Yeah, that's me." This psycho is actually complaining mid-fight that his villain titles aren't cool enough. What a legend. Someone screams his real name, Wang Yuan, and my dude gets legitimately shook for a second. Wang Yuan stands over the pile of bodies, realizing no one's called him that in forever. Then he gets that feral grin, knowing there's only one person left who calls him by his name. And of course, it's some Golden Boy Templar on a glowing horse, here to be the hero. Golden Boy tries to hit him with the "stop this madness" talk. Bro, read the room, he's having fun. Wang Yuan hits Golden Boy with a confused "ah," like he can't comprehend why anyone would stop this party. My dude starts a villain monologue, blaming Golden Boy's past kindness for the monster he became. He goes full psycho, saying Golden Boy saving him is the only reason he got to kill all these people. Golden Boy is absolutely losing it, finally realizing his old friend is completely off the deep end. Wang Yuan is just egging him on, basically saying, "Yeah, I'm the bad guy, what are you gonna do about it?" This psycho declares he'll keep coming back no matter how many times he dies. Bro's got infinite lives. And then my man just straight up stabs himself with a fire sword to prove a point. He's getting swallowed by flames, talking about leaving his player Wang Yuan identity behind for good. Holy shit, he just went full Demon Lord mode, revealing he's the final boss of the continent, Asatel. Now he's floating in the void, accepting his destiny to be the world-ending bad guy. What a glow-up. We're getting a flashback to some ancient history with giants and dragons chilling in the snow. Nah, scratch that. We're going even further back to some pristine, holy-looking temple. This is his origin story, before he was even Wang Yuan, back at the 5th Holy Temple. My man's first memory is just waking up and staring down a long-ass hallway at a painting. He's having an existential crisis, wondering why he's only just now noticing his own existence. Bro literally spawned on a throne with all his stats and skills preloaded. Talk about a head start. He's just standing there, realizing this whole holy temple is his new crib. Our boy is taking a stroll, getting the lay of the land on this new continent he owns. And just like that, he declares himself the king of this whole place. What a Chad move. He's looking at some demon statues, knowing there's one more crucial piece of info he was born with. My man is standing in front of his 2 giant subordinates, ready to lay down the law. And his subordinates are these absolute units in sick-ass armor. Bro's got a whole squad from day one. Turns out his whole purpose is to wait for players to show up. Bro's a literal NPC boss. And his job is to bring happiness to them? Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what he's gonna do. Suddenly, a wild system window appears, looking like it's about to give him a tutorial. This thing calls itself Omnipotent and offers to teach him his duty, complete with a smug emoticon. Our boy is just staring at this pop-up, completely speechless. The chibi art is killing me. He hits the system with a simple, "What are you?" because this is getting weird fast. It calls itself the Mastermind and his mentor. My dude is rightfully confused by this whole situation. He's just looking at his hands like he's questioning his entire pre-programmed existence. Our boy immediately gets on his high horse, telling the system a king doesn't need a tutorial. And the system claps back, basically saying, "8-bet, let me show you what's up." My dude is giving this pop-up the meanest side-eye, completely unimpressed with its sass. The system just straight up zaps him mid-pose. Guess it didn't like his attitude. He's demanding to know what the hell that floating red rectangle just did to him. It casually explains it's just opening the lid to his soul. You know, normal tutorial stuff. And boom, the system activates teaching mode. The tutorial is no longer optional. My man gets blasted into the air by a giant magic circle. The lesson is starting whether he likes it or not. The system warns him that this process might feel like dying. That's one hell of a disclaimer. Now he's just floating in some weird dimension, completely baffled. "Welcome to class, Your Highness." The system is force-feeding him the entire lore of the universe with these laser beams. It's giving him the 101 on humans, VR, and his role as a non-playable character. My man is getting a mandatory lecture on game mechanics, and he is absolutely not having it. You can literally see the binary code of pure rage reflecting in his eyes right now, and the tutorial just blue-screened his brain. Bro is completely fried from the info dump. Our boy is trying to process the existential crisis this floating rectangle just gave him. So the system shows him his world is just a game for a bunch of nerds in an office. My dude is having a full-on existential breakdown, realizing his whole life is just code. The system hits him with that corporate, "you're a valuable asset" speech to calm him down. Then it shows him the real world's perspective. His entire existence is just a new game launch. Our boy is back from his existential crisis, looking ready to murder that floating red rectangle. He's sarcastically asking who's holding up the party, since he's ready for these players now. And the system just hits him with the ultimate, "It's you, dumbass," reveal. He gets pissed, but the system explains the game couldn't start until the final boss woke up. My man just accepts it and is immediately like, "Aight, let's get this show on the road." The system tells him he's the only NPC with free will, which is why he can't just delegate. He immediately uses this info to complain about how everyone relies on him, the ego on this guy. And his first kingly duty is manual labor. The system wants him to finish building the map. My dude is literally doing terraforming with his I-beams. The final boss is now a level designer. Now he's a damn construction worker fixing statues to get the world ready for players. My man's new job is QA testing, literally debugging monster AI with Python code. Now he's programming his own minions to make sure they don't go rogue. Bro's a one-man dev team, and he gets a generic congratulations pop-up for finishing his unpaid internship. My dude is absolutely gassed from all the work, and the system just tells him to get good. After all that, this psycho is worried he crushed a flower and wants to replant it. The system hits him with a cryptic, "Don't worry about it," which is never a good sign. And the floating red rectangle just respawns the flower with a line of code. What a flex. My dude's brain just exploded, realizing he can literally edit the world like a video game. He's losing his shit, asking if the system is messing with him, and it basically says, "LOL, admin rights." Then it butters him up, saying some things need the king's touch. Classic corporate manipulation. A giant blue portal rips open in the sky, signaling the start of the party. Our boy Acetel is looking up, knowing his new toys are about to be delivered. He correctly identifies the portal, finally realizing his long-ass wait is over. The system makes it official with a login-initiated screen. The players are coming. And here they come, a whole wave of fresh meat falling from the sky. The server is open and the player chat is already full of cringe. "Your daddy is here. Really?" My dude is so hyped, he's literally skipping through a field. He's been waiting for this. The players are losing their minds over the graphics, completely unaware of the psycho who built it. These noobs are praising the game world, having no idea the final boss was their lead designer. One of the players is already checking out his free starter pack. "Enjoy it while it lasts, buddy." Some player is already trying to be a guild leader, telling his strategy team to gather up. Another dude is complaining that the AI isn't advanced enough. "Oh, you have no idea, buddy." These two players start gossiping about a major incident involving a game with hyper-realistic AI. My man is absolutely fiending for the hot goss, leaning in like his life depends on it. And the big secret is a ghost? This dude is just trolling his friend at this point. Meanwhile, the system is about to drop a truth bomb on our boy Acetel. It calls him a ghost spirit, basically reminding him he's just a super advanced AI. Acetel throws a fit, demanding to go greet the players, but the system tells him to chill. It shows him a simulation of what would happen. Him, the final boss, terrifying a bunch of level 1 noobs. My dude gets the point, looking absolutely salty that he has to wait to start the slaughter. Acetel is already complaining that being the final boss is too boring because he can't go fight noobs. The system hits him with a "don't worry," saying there's another option if being the final boss is too much. Our boy is confused, asking what the hell this floating red rectangle is talking about. And the system drops the ultimate plan. He's gonna go undercover as a player. My dude is absolutely losing it at the suggestion that he, the king, should pretend to be a player. The system explains it's for that classic anime trope where the best friend is secretly the final boss. It even shows him a little cartoon of the betrayal, and our boy is still processing this galaxy brain idea. The system reminds him he's the only self-aware NPC, so he needs to use that for maximum chaos. And just like that, his ego is stroked and he's fully on board with being the main character of this betrayal arc. The first step to becoming a player is apparently to remove his own heart. You know, casual stuff. Acetel is just standing there, trying to process the system's absolutely insane suggestion. My dude is asking the floating red rectangle if it means his actual literal heart. The system clarifies it's his data core, and my man is still questioning if this is even possible. He's staring at his own chest, genuinely contemplating if he can just perform surgery on himself. The system hits him with the "awe is the big bad boss scared like a little human?" roast. It threatens to scrap the whole betrayal plan, and Acetel immediately panics about the game being less fun. My dude folds instantly, basically saying fine whatever, because his ego can't handle being boring. He tries to play it off like it's his kingly duty. "Yeah, sure, that's totally why you're doing it." The system brings up a hand scanner with that smug emoticon, telling him to get on with it, and it just starts ripping the core out of his chest. My man was not ready for that. The system just yanks out his data core, which looks like some evil save point crystal. Acetel is looking absolutely stunned, like he didn't think the sassy pop-up would actually do it. My dude's stats are getting wiped as he's screaming his lungs out. Bro's getting nerfed hard. The system is just loading, probably trying to figure out what the hell it just did to its own final boss. His Demon Lord form is literally shattering off him. Guess that's the end of his final boss drip. He's looking absolutely wrecked, but still has that psycho grin. The system says, completed. The floating red rectangle congratulates him for successfully performing self-surgery. What a good mentor. The system hits him with a pop-up, basically saying, welcome to the tutorial part 2. It's telling him the game's about to be a little different for him. Yeah, no shit, he just lost his heart. And now a giant magic tree is exploding with energy. This is one hell of a character creation screen. The system is having a full-blown meltdown, screaming that the game's core is being invaded. The whole world is about to get deleted, and my dude is just standing there watching the chaos. Our boy is playing dumb, asking who could possibly be causing all these errors. The audacity on this guy. He drops the act and goes full psycho, basically admitting he's the one behind the whole mess. My man literally weaponizes a system window and slices through reality with it. That's one way to use admin rights. Turns out the whole undercover player thing was a front to get admin rights and delete the entire game. The entire server is getting wiped by a giant red laser. Guess the players are getting a forced patch. All the players are losing their minds as their world literally gets uninstalled around them. The system clarifies it wasn't just him, it was a team effort. He and the floating rectangle are partners in crime. Now that he's the new god, the system asks what kind of fresh hell he's got planned for the players. The system hits him with a smug, I'm looking forward to it, and my dude is absolutely fuming. Acetel is just running through the apocalypse he created, dodging system error messages like a pro. The floating rectangle gets weirdly sentimental, calling him its favorite player. Talk about mixed signals. And with a hope to see you again, the sassy pop-up just pieces out, leaving him alone. The system's core is now rebooting the whole server, generating a brand new world from the ground up. Our boy is just chilling on a rock, watching his custom-made world load in. He gets up to survey his new kingdom, probably wondering what fresh hell to unleash first. My man is having a moment, realizing the sheer scale of the world he just created.
And yeah, the world is completely different now, looking like a fresh server just dropped.
He's already complaining that he got tricked by a pop-up, questioning his own king title. My dude gets a welcome message to a world he didn't even name, and he is absolutely not having it. He's so salty about the name change, he's literally vandalizing the welcome sign like a pissed-off toddler. This new red-haired guy is way too chill about the fact that there's no logout button. Total red flag. And this new girl is just smirking, completely unbothered by being trapped in a death game. She's sketchy. Another player is freaking out because the game is doxing him with his real-life face. So much for privacy. The game's first mission is a battle royale, and our boy is staring down a forest full of monsters. Wang Yuan is already fuming about this broken game, looking like he's about to go feral on his own creations. Now he's suddenly playing the hero, running off to find other players before they get absolutely wrecked. The system officially welcomes him as Traveler Wang Yuan, forcing him into the role of a regular player. And the ultimate nerf hits. The former final boss is now a level 1 noob with all his stats reset to 1. Wang Yuan is absolutely losing his mind, unable to comprehend the level of disrespect he's just been shown. The system hit him with all ones and a fat 0 for luck. Bro is officially a scrub now. My man is actually getting a kick out of this, calling his new trash tier stats too interesting. And the system hits him with a congratulations pop-up, which is just pure sarcasm at this point. Turns out he's ranked second on the weakest player leaderboard. The disrespect is absolutely unreal. Wang Yuan is having a full-on meltdown, absolutely mortified to be starting at the bottom of the barrel. He goes full chibi rage, reminding the system he used to be the final boss. Nobody cares, my dude. My man is in the denial stage, asking if this is all just some elaborate prank. Nope, you're just weak now. The system explains stats are based on your real body, and he'll get a unique skill later. Instead of being mad, he's now hyper-focused on the one player who's actually weaker than him. Priorities. The system is trying to explain how to upgrade his trash stats, but my dude is already over this tutorial. And now it's time for the classic Choose Your Starter Weapon screen. This is peak RPG tutorial. My man is ignoring the tutorial, still laser-focused on finding the one player who's actually weaker than him. He's literally ordering the system to find the weakest player for him, completely ignoring the weapon choices. The system shows off a sword for STR def builds, which is useless for a guy with a solid 1 in everything. Next up is the mage staff for high INT builds. Yeah, that's not going to work for him either. And here's the bow for agility builds. The game is just flexing all the stats my dude doesn't have. The system finishes with a dagger, reminding him this choice will lock in his class for good. My dude suddenly recognizes the UI, realizing the system is using the designs from the world he literally created. The system gives him a visual aid, showing how a dagger makes you a sneaky backstabber. Choose wisely. Scrub. The system is still giving him the full tutorial on the 4 starter classes and their upgrade paths. Wang Yuan is actually happy the world isn't too different, realizing his insider knowledge is a huge advantage. He's talking about helping other players, which is the most suspicious thing I've ever heard from this psycho. My man finally makes a choice, grabbing the dagger like he's the main character in an anime opening. The system confirms his choice, officially making him an assassin and giving him a new starter outfit. He gets his new assassin drip, which comes with a tiny stat boost that's a huge deal for a level 1 scrub. And the system shows his updated stats, which are exactly the same trash tier 1s as before. Wang Yuan is just staring at his stat sheet, completely baffled by the lack of any upgrades whatsoever. My dude is pointing at the screen, demanding to know why his stats are still absolute garbage. He touches the stat screen and it ripples, hinting that maybe he can still mess with the code. Wang Yuan is staring down his dagger and you can tell he's about to do something stupid with it. And just by touching the screen, he unlocks a unique skill. Bro's old admin privileges are already coming in clutch. He's the first player to get a unique skill and even gets a gift box. The weakest player is already getting server firsts. His eyes are going full demon mode again, probably processing his new cheat code. My man's having a flashback, realizing his past as the final boss is basically a built-in hack. The system is presenting him with his new skill, and he's just staring it down like he's owed it. And the skill name is literally censored. My dude is looking so smug, like he expected better. He's looking at the skill description, absolutely fuming that he can't even read what it does. The system literally zaps him for trying to figure it out, dealing a whole 4 damage. What an absolute troll move. And he gets yeeted into a tree while the system censors his swearing. The game is actively bullying its former creator. My man is already pulling off some sick assassin flips, ready to gank the first thing he sees. He's sliding into action with that familiar psycho stare, ready to absolutely murk some poor mob. And he immediately gets jump-scared by something off-screen, looking completely shook. My dude thinks he's stumbled on an elite monster on day 1. Bro, you have 1 HP, run. And the elite monster is a goddamn pink slime. The disrespect is reaching critical levels. The former final boss is now hiding behind a tree, scouting a literal starter mob. My man is having a full-blown panic attack over a slime. What a fall from grace. The game shows him the slime's stats, and this level 1 blob is stronger than him in every way. He's actually trying to rules lawyer the system, and it just hits him with the duh, it's a fantasy game. Now he's got a quest to raid the slime's base, which is just a glorified birdhouse with a chest on it. Wang Yuan is putting his whole body into stabbing a pink slime, and it's not even flinching. My dude is sweating bullets, realizing a level 1 blob has a better stat sheet than him. He's forced to use actual techniques to dodge since he can't just stat check it anymore. At least his final boss muscle memory is still there, letting him style on this slime's attacks. He finally lands a clean hit, thinking he's about to start chipping away at its health. My man is hyping himself up, thinking he can win this through a war of attrition. And the system hits him with a fat 0 damage notification. The disrespect is off the charts. He's complaining that the game mechanics are different from the world he built. Bro, you got fired. The gears in his head finally start turning as he remembers he's not just a player. And he pulls up that censored unique skill, ready to finally use his admin privileges. His unique skill pops up, and it's some weird movable character thing. Bro's about to become a puppet master. Wang Yuan is staring down this slime, finally putting 2 and 2 together. This blob is about to become his new toy. He realizes his skill lets him literally hijack the data of other things in the game. The admin is back, baby. My man goes straight for the slime stat sheet, ready to do some live editing. This is so broken. And there it is. That classic, I'm about to ruin everyone's day look. The psycho is officially back in the driver's seat. He successfully selects the slime, and the system confirms he's got a new pet. Look at that smug-ass grin. And just like that, the slime goes full demon mode. My dude just turned a starter mob into his personal attack dog. Wang Yuan is leading his new minion through the forest, probably looking for some poor soul to test it on. He turns around and calls the possessed slime his little friend. Yeah, This is gonna end well for everyone else. And he's already buffing its stats, telling it to shut up while he jacks its strength up to 10. What a legend. And my man immediately gets folded by a rock. So much for that power trip, he's already down to 2 HP. Turns out his buffed up slime still did 0 damage. The game is just built different, and my man is finding out the hard way. His admin hack just failed, reverting his stats back to trash tier. That 0 luck stat is putting in overtime. The system hits him with a rule he didn't know right as his own minion is bodying him. Talk about a brutal tutorial. My dude is complaining to the system like a kid who broke his new toy. Bro, you wrote the source code, figure it out. The gears are finally turning as he realizes there's a loophole in his own broken skill. About damn time. The game is just reminding him he's one stiff breeze away from getting sent back to the login screen. And here's the official, "You're about to die" warning. Yeah, I think he got the message, thanks. He's trying to calm down his possessed slime, probably so it doesn't accidentally kill him before he figures this out. Wang Yuan pulls out his dagger, ready to try his new Galaxy Brain plan on his demon slime minion. My man's Galaxy Brain plan is to stab his own minion to transfer its stats to himself. He's literally sacrificing his minion's HP for a strength buff, and he's loving every second of it. The system actually rewards him for this cheese with a potion. Bro just got a prize for cheating, and just like that, he's a level 1 glass cannon with 10 strength. That 0 luck stat is still a problem, though. The system tells him he's very healthy at 1 HP, and my dude is not impressed by the sarcasm. He actually killed his own minion for a temporary stat boost. This psycho has absolutely no loyalty, and the slime just pulled a mitosis, splitting into 2 smaller, angrier versions of itself. The game just officially confirmed his day is about to get twice as bad. You love to see it. His quest just doubled, and Wang Yuan is looking absolutely baffled that his plan backfired so hard. The former world creator is now running for his life from 2 pink blobs, complaining about game mechanics. Wang Yuan is having a flashback, finally remembering the bullshit rules he put in his own game. He's recalling the exact design meeting for the pink slimes that are currently folding him. We see him as Acetel, literally approving the design for these parasitic mobs. My man played himself. He's remembering the exact moment he decided to make them split and change their attack patterns. And there it is. The confirmation that he's the genius who made them multiply when you kill them. But of course, he also built in a secret weakness, which his brain is finally rebooting to remember. He uses his cheat skill again, dumping strength to go full agility build. Time for round 2. My dude is now sliding around like a pro, finally using some actual technique instead of brute force. He's weaving through laser fire and actually lands a clean hit. Look at him go. The slimes are turning purple and cracking. Looks like his insider knowledge is finally paying off. My man finally remembers the secret weakness is just crushing some random berries he found. And just like that, the slimes get absolutely deleted into a cloud of pink petals. The system congratulates him for figuring out his own bullshit puzzle and updates the quest. And boom, main story mission complete. Bro just speedran the tutorial using dev cheats. His reward is a measly 10 points. All that effort for basically nothing. He gets a new compass and finally unlocks a basic skill. Look at him, a real boy now. My dude's already worried about the other players, wondering how they'll survive his broken-ass tutorial. He's having a full-on existential crisis about whether any other player is as smart as him. The new compass starts glowing, probably pointing him towards the next thing he's gonna get folded by. And we cut to the real world where alarms are blaring. Someone definitely noticed him breaking the game. The cybersecurity agency is in full panic mode, telling people not to unplug their relatives from the death game. Meanwhile, this silver-haired chief is having a bad morning because some AI just took over the world. He's in denial, thinking there's no way this game just appeared out of thin air. The chief of technical investigation is convinced a game this massive can't be a ghost project. This cyber grandpa is deep in thought, probably realizing he's way out of his league here. And now he's second-guessing himself, wondering if some ghost dev team actually pulled it off. The chief is basically giving props to the game's creator, not knowing it's the psycho we've been following. He's wrapping up a call, trying to keep his cool while the world burns. And in walks this smug-looking agent with some good news. This guy's got "I'm a problem" written all over him. Turns out their big plan is to send one of their own agents into the game. Good luck with that, buddy. The chief is absolutely losing his mind, basically asking the smug agent if he's got a single brain cell left. Meanwhile, Wang Yuan is checking out his new compass, which is basically a noob finder. My man follows the signal to a camp, ready to see which poor soul he's about to terrorize. He looks up, realizing the compass is pointing to some weirdo hiding in a tree. And just like that, someone comes screaming out of the sky. So much for a stealthy ambush. Wang Yuan dodges the falling body like it's a minor inconvenience, not even breaking a sweat. This new cloaked dude is on the ground having a full-on coughing fit after his failed attack. Our boy is just staring down at this clown who's trying to scoot away in absolute terror. The cloaked dude tries to play it cool with the most awkward, sweaty smile I've ever seen. His excuse is that he was just eating fruit. Yeah, sure, buddy. That's why you fell on someone. The system is already forcing a party quest on him, congratulating him for finding a companion. So it's a gather your friends before the volcano blows mission. Classic death game setup. The system tells him he can trust other players, which is the funniest lie I've heard all day. The cloaked dude is already panicking, and Wang Yuan is just confused by this absolute clown. My dude tries to play it cool, picking up the fruit and pretending he's a normal, friendly player. This cloaked dude is putting on the bravest, most pathetic smile I've ever seen. He's not buying it. Wang Yuan is genuinely trying to figure out player etiquette, and this poor guy is having a meltdown. This guy's big brain analysis is that Wang Yuan is just some meathead who only knows how to fight. Turns out this cloaked dude has been stalking other players, like this red-haired guy getting swarmed. And he was also spying on this white-haired kid who's just straight up napping at the monster base. The cloaked dude is already imagining his own funeral. My man has absolutely zero confidence. He's sweating bullets, trying to figure out how to not get immediately murdered by our boy. This clown switches to a fake-ass smile, calling Wang Yuan bro to try and save his own skin. Wang Yuan just hits him with a deadpan, "You strong?" already trying to figure out if this guy is useful. The cloaked dude starts lying his ass off, claiming he just happened to be walking by. Now he's doing a full dramatic reenactment of the slime fight, and Wang Yuan is just not impressed. This dude is already simping hard, calling Wang Yuan a god for beating a couple of pink blobs. He's trying to get info, asking if Wang Yuan cleared the monster base like a normal player. But when the question gets turned back on him, the cloaked dude immediately starts panicking again. He admits his mission has a small problem, while hiding behind a tree like a total coward. The cloaked dude starts his sob story, trying to manipulate Wang Yuan into helping him with his quest. Back in the real world, the chief is losing his mind while the smug agent casually mentions sending 12 teams to die. The smug agent then reveals that out of all those teams, only one person actually managed to break the firewall. The chief is absolutely floored, realizing their entire grand plan now rests on a single agent. Smug Boy tries to calm him down, acting like this one guy is their ace in the hole. Yeah, sure he is. And the plot thickens. The agent they sent in is the chief's own star pupil. This just got personal. We finally meet their golden boy, Jin Yaowan, looking like he's about to drop into the Matrix. Meanwhile, Wang Yuan is actually impressed, asking the cloaked dude how he managed to skip the main quest. The cloaked dude immediately clarifies he just ran for his life, not that he's actually skilled or anything. His big strategy was getting folded by a monster and accidentally finding a shortcut by face-planting into a tree. The game gives the cloaked dude a hint about explosive berries, basically spelling out the quest solution for him. And the cloaked dude immediately gets folded by his own explosive berries. What an absolute tactical genius. He's just staring at the berries, completely baffled by the concept of a quest item. Turns out his small problem was an entire army of angry pink slime staring him down. The cloaked dude is absolutely losing his mind, completely terrified of a bunch of level 1 mobs. And of course, he immediately gets swarmed while screaming for his life. This guy's a pro gamer. He tries to play off his failure as a tactical analysis, and Wang Yuan is just not impressed. The cloaked dude immediately tries to get Wang Yuan to carry him through the quest he failed. Wang Yuan sends the invite, and this clown accepts like his life depends on it, which it probably does. The new guy, Xie Yuan, has 10 times Wang Yuan's HP and is already promising to be his loyal meat shield. The new guy, Xie Yuan, sees Wang Yuan's stats and is absolutely petrified by that 1 HP. My man is having a full-blown panic attack, screaming about the fact that his new teammate is a literal one-shot. Wang Yuan hits him with the most bullshit excuse about trading HP for power, and Xie Yuan is already regretting his life choices. Our boy tries to sound all strategic, basically telling the new guy he's the only thing keeping him from dying to a stiff breeze. Wang Yuan goes full manipulation mode, hitting him with a trust me smile that just screams, "I'm about to use you." The cloaked dude folds instantly, agreeing to whatever this psycho wants because he has absolutely no other options. And of course, the plan is to use his new companion as literal monster bait. My man did not hesitate for a second. This clown is having an existential crisis, thinking this is some kind of loyalty test. Bro, you're just a distraction. Wang Yuan is just staring up at his handiwork, questioning if this level of disrespect is even necessary for a bunch of slimes. My dude tells his human pinata to chill, promising he won't get hurt, which is the biggest lie I've ever heard. Wang Yuan literally yeets his new teammate into a tree as bait for the slime army. What a great start to a beautiful friendship. The slimes are absolutely fuming, ready to turn the human pinata into a fine paste, and our boy immediately dips into a bush to watch the show. Teamwork makes the dream work, I guess. The bait Zijiwan is having a moment of profound realization that he's been completely screwed. My man is screaming for his life while hugging a tree as a horde of angry blobs closes in. And just like that, Wang Yuan goes full anime protagonist, wiping out the slimes with some flashy red skill. The human bait is absolutely speechless, witnessing the power of a level 1 with 1 HP. Wang Yuan strikes a pose, looking like a total badass after saving the guy he put in danger. The system explains his new stealth skill, which is basically a glass cannon speed buff. My dude pops out of the bush and asks his dangling teammate for a performance review. The audacity is unreal. Wang Yuan is looking way too proud of himself for clearing a quest he made his new meat shield suffer for. And of course, some new girl was watching the whole clown show from the bushes, looking way too serious. She's already analyzing our boy, figuring out he's not just some random noob despite his stats. The system hits him with a mission failed, showing he still needs to kill 10 parasites. My man's celebration was a bit premature. The human bait is rightfully confused, asking why the quest tracker is still at 0 after that whole light show. Our boy realizes he's holding the quest items, wondering if he has to turn them in or something. He tries to hand them off, but the system says the human bait's inventory is full. What a convenient excuse. The bait starts sweating, trying to play it off like he's not hoarding a bunch of useless junk. Turns out this genius filled his entire inventory with the same explosive berries that folded him earlier. This clown proudly admits he'd have more if not for the stack limit, since he's a professional coward. The human bait Zijiwan tries to offload his useless berries, pretending it's some grand gesture of friendship. The system formalizes the trade, asking our boy if he wants to accept this clown's explosive trash. Wang Yuan is just thinking about inventory space while Zijiwan is having a crisis over gift-giving etiquette. This dude is spiraling, convinced our boy is going to murder him over a handful of berries. My man needs to chill. Wang Yuan plays the innocent noob, and Zijiwan is trying to galaxy brain his way out of this interaction. And we get a quick rewind to see how this whole awkward gift exchange even started. The system congratulates him for getting a gift, which is the most suspicious pop-up I've ever seen. And there it is, the gift just unlocked a new condition for his censored cheat skill. The system explains he can level up his broken skill by getting other players to simp for him with gifts. My man gets that psycho grin, realizing he can now farm players for acknowledgement points. Wang Yuan goes full catboy mode, absolutely thrilled that his plan to farm players for power is working. The human bait thinks our boy is some pure-hearted idiot getting taken advantage of. Bro, you are so lost. Wang Yuan snaps him out of it, ready to hand over the quest items with that "I own you now" smile. The system confirms the trade, officially making our boy the world's most manipulative quest booster. And just like that, the human bait gets a free quest clear without doing a damn thing. What a carry. The game rewards the meat shield with a new radar and a shared mission. The system is playing matchmaker. They both get the pop-up, confirming they're now stuck together for the next part of the tutorial. Our boy hits him with that "join my party" smile that's 90% manipulation and 10% pure evil. The human bait is absolutely shook, thinking this god-tier player actually wants to team up with him. And this clown immediately gets all shy and flustered, completely falling for the psycho's trap. The human bait is literally calling our boy a fool, completely unaware he's the one getting played. And now the human bait is playing tour guide, ready to follow his new 1 HP god anywhere. Turns out the coward actually saw other players, leading them to a giant-ass dragon skull. Their first stop is a damn graveyard. One player is already out of the game for good. Next up, they find this white-haired kid, and Wang Yuan is already playing the part of the friendly veteran. And the third location is just a literal mountain of those pink slimes. This is not going to be fun. Our boy dives straight into the slime mosh pit, trying to find the last player buried in there. He immediately uses his cheat skill, dumping agility to go full tank mode with his 1 HP. And look who it is, the red-haired guy from earlier, somehow still alive under all that goo. This red-haired dude is still talking mad shit, ready to throw hands with 1,000 slimes. The red-haired dude's first instinct after being saved is to try and punch Wang Yuan. What a grateful guy. Our boy is just happy he's found another meat shield, since the slimes can't even scratch this new guy. And just like last time, he immediately hits the new player with a party invite mid-chaos. The red-haired guy is actually hesitating, probably wondering why this 1 HP psycho is trying to recruit him. So the new guy's a warrior named Lu Ajeng, and he's got actual stats. The slimes are doing 0 damage to both of them. Wang Yuan gets that psycho grin and tells his new tank to sit back and watch the show. He swaps his stats again, going full glass cannon with a skill that makes him faster but weaker with every kill. My dude immediately turns into a red blur, slicing through slimes with his new speed build. He's just styling on these mobs, getting faster and weaker with every consecutive hit. What a weird-ass strategy. And the combo counter just goes absolutely nuclear, hitting over 1,000 hits. Bro is farming his own mobs. My dude unleashes an attack that looks like it could delete a continent, all for a bunch of pink blobs. The new tank, Lu Ajeng, is just standing there with his jaw on the floor, completely mind-blown. Our boy lands like a goddamn superhero while the tank admits he's good, but his pride is still talking shit. The system confirms the tank has been officially carried, and also that one player already got themselves deleted. The human bait is already in full simp mode, fanning our boy while the whole squad finally assembles. And just like that, the system announces the tutorial island is closing. Time for the final exam, I guess. The whole party gets their report cards, and they all look like they're about to see some bad grades. The white-haired kid gets a measly 15 points and is just smiling like he doesn't have a care in the world. The tank is absolutely losing it, screaming that he got 0 points after swinging his sword 10,000 times. And the system just hits him with the coldest, yeah, but it was useless clapback I've ever seen. The human bait, CG Yuan, actually got 18 points. Bro got rewarded for being a professional victim. He's shocked he got battle points, and our boy just roasts him for being good bait. Cold. And now for the main event, the system is calculating our boy's battle points. Drumroll, please. The counter starts ticking up from his 1,000-hit combo on those poor slimes. The points are climbing as we get a flashback of him styling on those starter mobs. And the score just goes absolutely nuclear, hitting over 1,000. Bro farmed the tutorial. The system is about to drop his final score, and you know it's going to be ridiculous. My man walks away with 1050 points. He didn't just pass the tutorial, he deleted it. And the system congratulates him on becoming something. Don't leave us hanging, game. Our boy's got that demon lord look back in his eyes. He's about to get a server-first title, I'm calling it. And the big reveal is, he's the #1 player on the entire server. What an absolute shocker. My dude is trying to play it cool, but you know his ego is going absolutely nuclear right now. The human bait is simping hard while the tank is just salty. Our boy is just soaking it all in. The whole squad passed the tutorial on our boy's dime, and the tank is still not impressed. The system explains the rules. Pay up with points to stay or get the boot. No scrubs allowed. Everyone gets the pop-up, and the human bait is already having a meltdown over the decision. The game gives them a choice. Go into the scary forest or quit like a coward on the beach. And now there's a 2-minute timer. The game is really putting the pressure on these noobs. The tank is having a moment of deep thought while the white-haired kid just stares. Wait, are there 2 of them? The tank clenches his fist, finally understanding the choice. He's not going out like a punk. The tank, Lu Ajeng, is all smiles, thinking he can finally log out for his date. Bro has no idea. He's genuinely confused why the rest of the squad looks like they're at a funeral. Read the room, my dude. The human bait, CG Yuan, has to break the news that the log out button is a lie. The despair is real. This dude is having a full-on SAO moment, realizing he's seen this trapped in a game plot before. He's trying to cope, hoping it's just a bug. Yeah, a feature is more like it. The human bait is just watching the tank, knowing this poor guy's about to have his whole world shattered. The tank is still scratching his head, wondering why he hasn't been yeeted from the server yet. The human bait is already trying to buddy up with the tank, probably realizing he needs a meat shield. The tank just awkwardly agrees, completely oblivious to the fact that he's being recruited into a death game squad. And he just waves goodbye and walks off. Bro really chose the quit option, not knowing it's a trap. Our boy Wang Yuan is already calling bullshit, knowing damn well that quit button is a one-way ticket to the Shadow Realm. The whole squad looks up as the sky goes full apocalypse mode. Guess the tank's logout request was denied. And the logout button is actually a giant-ass monster. My man is about to get personally uninstalled from the game. The Sky Island scavenger is dropping in, and it looks like it's here to collect the tank's soul. The tank, Lu Ajeng, is absolutely shook, realizing his date is officially cancelled for the foreseeable future. The game shows the monster's stats, and it's a level 99 with a bunch of question marks. Yeah, he's dead. The system explains the scavenger will bring peace to quitters, which is corporate speak for deleting your ass. The human bait is having a meltdown as the safe zone shutdown timer starts. Time to run, coward. Even the white-haired kid is sweating as the timer ticks down. The game is kicking them out of the nest. The tank is in full denial, trying to convince himself this raid boss is just a fancy logout screen. Our boy Wang Yuan is already calling it, knowing this game is about to pull some bullshit on the tank. He goes full hero mode, yeeting a lifeline to the tank while using his cheat skill to get some strength. The tank actually catches it, looking like he's ready to fight his way out of this logout screen. My man is sweating bullets as the timer hits 5 seconds, probably realizing his date is officially off, and the logout monster makes its grand entrance, absolutely wrecking the safe zone with its landing. The system hits them with a cheerful Phase 1 complete message, basically saying, "Welcome to the real death game." The human bait and the white-haired kid are just staring, trying to process what the hell just happened. The human bait is having a moral crisis, realizing he basically used the tank as a guinea pig for the logout button. This clown is looking for our boy, who's already pulled the tank to the edge of a cliff. And our boy's brilliant rescue plan is to just kick the tank off a cliff. What a hero. The human bait is freaking out while our boy drags the tank away, who's complaining about getting his ass kicked. My man hits him with the fakest apology ever, saying it was an emergency and he had no other choice. We see the tank actually took damage from the logout monster, and our boy is still playing the hero. The system hits him with a second warning for Peking in a safe zone. Bro is 1 strike away from a ban. Wang Yun offers the tank a potion, trying to play the good guy after literally kicking him off a cliff. The tank is finally catching on, asking if they're just using him as a training dummy for their skills. This dude is still worried about his date, asking why they're stopping him from logging out. Read the room, my guy. Our boy points at the giant murder bot and asks the tank if he's not scared of getting deleted. Wang Yuan hits him with the ultimate gaslight, asking, "Isn't this just a game? Like he's not trapped in here with them." The human bait is watching this whole exchange, probably realizing he's teamed up with a complete sociopath. The white-haired kid finally chimes in, about to explain the whole death game situation to the tank. He's trying to gently break the news that this game's terms of service are a little more permanent. The tank is still completely lost, his one brain cell struggling to catch up with the plot. The white-haired kid is literally asking him if he's ever heard of the isekai genre. He's having a flashback to the tutorial, trying to explain that even a single slime can end your career here. The kid is trying to spell it out for him that losing in this game is a bit more serious than a respawn timer. My man is shaking in his boots, trying to convey the whole "you die for real" part without saying it. The white-haired kid is basically begging the tank to stop trying to test the game's permadeath feature. And there it is, the "don't die so easily" speech. This just got way too serious for a tutorial island. The human bait is watching our boy, thinking he's some noble hero. Bro, he kicked the guy off a cliff. The human bait is trying to process the fact that this whole death game situation is a complete unknown. The white-haired kid confirms that nobody has a clue what's going on, which is super reassuring. The whole squad just stands there awkwardly as the kid gives them the grim "welcome to the isekai" speech. The tank immediately goes feral on the kid, screaming at him for ruining his logout plans. Our boy Wang Yuan just watches the tank bully a child with the most deadpan expression I've ever seen. My man is having an internal monologue about how players are scared of a world he literally built. He's already plotting to get his data core back, but can't find the sassy pop-up that scammed him. Wang Yuan decides ignorance is bliss for these noobs, keeping his whole "I'm the creator" thing on the down low. Our boy finally steps in to stop the child abuse, playing the role of the calm and collected party leader. And he makes a silent vow to make sure everyone enjoys his death game. That's not ominous at all. Our boy is already trying to recruit the tank, hitting him with the "we're a team now" line after nearly getting him killed. My dude admits he used the tank as a guinea pig and calls it repaying his kindness. The audacity is off the charts. He's selling the tank a whole fantasy about escaping, knowing damn well he's the one who locked the doors. The tank is actually buying this bullshit, getting all determined not to die for nothing. My man is so gullible. He's remembering the white-haired kid's speech, which is the only reason he's not still trying to face tank the logout monster. The gears are finally turning in the tank's head as he realizes this whole situation is completely fucked. The tank grabs our boy's arm, looking like he's about to make a life-changing decision based on a complete lie. And just like that, the tank is fully committed, promising to work hard for the guy who kicked him off a cliff. Our boy offers a handshake, sealing the deal with the newest member of his meat shield collection. And the handshake is complete. "Welcome to the party, pal. Hope you survived the experience." Our boy is already playing party leader, telling the tank it's time to find the next mission. The tank points out the treasure chest, and the whole squad just stares at him like he's got 2 heads. Turns out the logout monster yeeted the chest into oblivion along with the entire beach. So much for that plan. Our boy is already paranoid, thinking the human bait starter chest is a mimic. Trust no one, not even the tutorial loot. The human bait tackles the white-haired kid, screaming that his chest is a monster too. The paranoia is spreading. Wang Yuan has to explain to these clowns that not every chest is out to get them. He sounds like a tired dad. My man admits his old job was hiding chests, so he forgot to open them. Bro is dropping dev lore and nobody's noticing. He asks the tank to show his mission, rocking that "I already know the answer" psycho grin. The next main quest is a lost luggage fetch quest. Gotta find a bag to get a plane ticket off the island. And our boy realizes he needs the bag to even accept the quest. My man is getting outplayed by his own game's logic. The human bait is roasting our boy for forgetting the quest item, and my man is just mortified by his own oversight. Our boy goes full party leader mode, hitting them with that "listen to me" look that's a little too confident. He's dropping dev knowledge, explaining that the game wouldn't just soft lock them like this. My man pulls out a mental map, explaining there has to be a secret route since the main one is blocked. The whole squad is suddenly impressed, calling him an expert while he's just explaining his own game's logic. He points out the obvious. The quest says "stolen," so they should probably go find the damn thief. And there's that psycho grin again as he decides it's time to test his own game's mechanics. His test immediately summons a giant-ass demon bear that has the whole squad running for their lives. The human bait is losing his mind because this level 10 bear is the #1 most wanted monster on the island. Our boy is already breaking down the boss fight, planning a classic bait-and-switch strategy to get the loot. The tank is already losing his mind, asking how they're supposed to fight a raid boss with no gear. Our boy Wang Yuan is just looking at his screen, asking if they're really going to give up that easily. He hits them with that psycho grin, promising there's a way for a level 1 to clap a level 10. My man asks the most basic question ever. Did you guys even try using your starter skills? The human bait is freaking out, saying his skills are useless unless there's some secret combo. Wang Yuan just doubles down, saying it's the basic skills themselves, not some hidden mechanic. The whole squad is just staring at him, waiting for the dev to explain his own broken game. The tank, Lu Ajeng, steps up to show off his basic block skill. What a team player. He complains his skills are useless and sarcastically asks if our boy has some 500% stat buff. Wang Yuan looks absolutely shook, like the tank just accidentally gave him a galaxy brain idea. Our boy hits him with that psycho grin, telling the tank to just spam the skill like a noob. The tank, Lu Ajeng, is giving him the most skeptical side-eye, clearly not buying this bullshit. And he does it anyway, spamming his block skill like he's trying to start a rave in the forest. A proficiency +1 pop-up appears, and the tank is absolutely shook. My man just discovered grinding. The tank is completely baffled, asking how he's leveling up a skill when the whole level system is locked. The system confirms the level up system is locked, but there's a loophole for skill proficiency. Classic RPG cheese. Wang Yuan explains that while XP is locked, you can grind skill proficiency to infinity. Dev knowledge is a hell of a drug. He roasts the whole squad for not even checking the skills they unlocked after the tutorial. Read the patch notes, noobs. Our boy admits he only found this out because his trash stats forced him to test everything. What a humble brag. And he reveals that grinding his skill unlocked a prefix, basically a secret upgrade path. Bro is speedrunning the meta. Our boy reveals the prefix was the secret sauce for that 1,000-hit slime combo. The human bait is finally realizing this psycho has been playing 5D chess since the game started. Wang Yuan explains that grinding skills can make up for the massive level gap. It's not the stats, it's the motion in the ocean. The tank is all fired up, ready to start his training arc based on the word of a 1 HP madman. Even the human bait is getting ready to grind, looking like he's about to cast his first ever spell. The tank and the human bait have a sudden moment of clarity, wondering when they started following this psycho's orders. The squad is already complaining about being sore from the grind. No stamina bar doesn't mean no consequences, boys. Our boy just casually says it wasn't that long, already done with his training while babysitting the white-haired kid. The game hits them with a reminder that they're on a deadline to get that luggage. Wang Yuan gets that psycho grin, saying 10,000 points should be enough. Bro's about to break the economy. The squad is comparing their grind scores, and the white-haired kid is lagging way behind. The kid admits he's still at 0, and the other two are just baffled by his lack of progress. Our boy just casually dismisses their struggle, saying they just need more challenge. What a psycho. The tank is getting folded by some birds while Wang Yuan tells him to just eat some mushrooms and walk it off. The human bait is running for his life from a boar. and our boy is just yelling at him to fight back. The white-haired kid is looking nervous, and Wang Yuan is giving him that "I'm about to ruin your day" smile. My man tells the kid not to be nervous with the most untrustworthy grin I've ever seen. The white-haired kid is just holding a sword, completely confused by whatever insane plan our boy has cooked up. The tank is completely gassed from the training, rightfully calling our boy a lunatic for this death march. The human bait explains our boy already left to bait the boss, leaving him to dig the tank out of a hole. The tank is absolutely losing it over our boy's leadership style, while the human bait just sweats nervously. My man is still complaining about our boy making all the calls, but he's still gonna follow him. And our boy is just smiling, annoyed that his own training montage didn't instantly max out his skills. Turns out the grind actually paid off, and the tank gets a God of Protection buff for his troubles. The human bait gets his own God of Knowledge buff. The whole squad is getting juiced up for this fight. And right on cue, our boy comes screaming in with the raid boss, yelling, "I brought the bear," like a pizza delivery guy. The tank and the human bait are just staring, completely unprepared for the absolute unit our boy just kited to them. And we get a dramatic shot of the forest, because of course we need a moment of calm before the chaos. A new challenger appears, touching a tree and talking about how he's walked the whole island. This new blonde dude is talking about how everyone's an empty shell. Yeah, this guy is definitely not a tutorial player. The blonde agent is monologuing about needing to find other players, even if it blows his cover. This dude is already trying to hack the system to find player IDs. Bro thinks he's the main character, and the game just hits him with a fat error, because the social features aren't even turned on yet. He finds a loophole, deciding to check the points leaderboard instead. Okay, he's got a few brain cells. And of course, the first name he sees is Wang Yuan, sitting pretty at number 1. The agent has his target. The system shows him trying to connect directly to our boy. This is about to get real interesting. Meanwhile, the tank is actually pulling off a perfect defense against the raid boss. The training arc paid off. And some new purple-haired girl is just watching the fight, eating popcorn like it's a movie. The human bait is finally useful, hitting the bear with a bubble debuff. Look at him contributing. And Popcorn Girl is just vibing with her snack bowl, completely unbothered by the chaos. What a legend. The white-haired kid finally steps up, ready to land the final blow on the giant demon bear. He's celebrating his big moment, but some new voice just calls the whole thing boring. And it's Popcorn Girl complaining that our boy's strategy was too calculated and lame. She's having a full-on tantrum in her GM throne room, calling all the players boring. This psycho decides to spice things up, ready to send the players to fight the Lord of Hell. A tiny bird with goggles shows up to scold her for abusing her admin powers. She blames the other admins for being too OP, which is why the master had to add a tutorial. The bird keeps lecturing her, and she complains that she's already checked every player for her mission. Popcorn Girl is convinced there's no infiltrator in the game. She's clearly looking for someone. And the bird immediately calls her out, asking about the guy currently trying to contact our boy. The human bait is already trying to claim all the magic loot for himself. My man has no shame. Our boy is having a full-on main character moment, thinking about how his new meat shields must feel so safe. And Popcorn Girl is absolutely losing it, realizing our boy is using a UI that shouldn't even exist yet. Wang Yuan is playing humble with the agent, giving his team credit for the carry he just orchestrated. The blonde agent is using some kind of tracking device, trying to pinpoint our boy's exact location. Our boy is just confused, wondering why the agent is still searching when they're already talking. And the agent's tracking device is a giant-ass purple death beam from the sky. So much for stealth. Popcorn Girl shows up in her final boss form, pissed that the agent skipped the tutorial island. The agent is already getting folded by a giant snake, while Popcorn Girl calls him interesting for hacking the game. This psycho admin is sitting on her snake pet, basically telling the agent to fight back if he wants to live. The agent pulls a shapeshift, turning into a minotaur while getting choked out by a snake. And Popcorn Girl is absolutely losing her mind, completely shook by this dude's last-ditch effort. The agent is still talking trash while getting folded, promising to play with her later. Turns out his master plan was to generate a teleport stone to send something to our boy. Popcorn Girl is having a full-on system crash, unable to process the level of cheating she just witnessed. She throws a tantrum, screaming that she's going to catch him after he already dipped. Popcorn Girl finally puts 2 and 2 together, realizing the agent was targeting the number 1 player. She's already trying to patch the agent's cheat, convinced he won't be able to pull that off again. Meanwhile, Wang Yuan is just confused why his new hacker friend suddenly went radio silent. And a magic power-up from the agent smacks our boy right in the face. What a parting gift. Our boy tries to explain the hacker situation, but the human bait is already calling him out for talking to a ghost. The human bait actually uses his brain, pointing out the social system isn't even on yet. Our boy is caught lacking. My man gets roasted for not reading the UI he literally designed. The irony is off the charts. The game just hits them with a vague Phase 2 is starting, good luck message. So helpful. The tank is losing his mind over getting 0 points for the bear fight, and the human bait admits he wasn't paying attention. Our boy plays party leader, trying to calm down his panicking meat shields with some classic we get points for effort logic. And just like that, the system pulls a psych and unlocks a hidden mission. Our boy's dev knowledge is always on point. The new mission is escaped parasites, and the whole squad is just staring at their screens in confusion. Turns out the players who got deleted on the beach unleashed a new plague. This death game has layers of bullshit. The tank is hyped for round 2 with the slimes, while the human bait looks like he's about to have another meltdown. The system basically says, since the number 1 player is here, we're cranking the difficulty. My man is a walking hard mode. And Wang Yuan is absolutely loving it. This psycho is getting off on making his own game harder for everyone. The game announces the parasites have possessed the giant dragon skeleton, so they're fighting a bone dragon now. Cool. And the hidden mission is officially a survive the night quest against a zombie dragon. What a chill tutorial. Suddenly gold coins start popping up everywhere. This is either a blessing or a very shiny trap. The whole squad immediately starts grabbing coins while running for their lives. The grind never stops, not even for death. And there's the bone dragon, hot on their heels and looking like it wants to turn them into a fine paste. They're still collecting coins with a raid boss breathing down their necks. You gotta respect the commitment to loot. The system calls this whole death chase a mini-game. This game's sense of humor is absolutely twisted. Our boy is having mixed feelings. Probably because he's getting paid, but also about to become dragon food. The human bait is having a full-blown meltdown over the bone dragon, and honestly, I don't blame him. But our boy Wang Yuan is just powering up, looking like he's about to solo a raid boss with 1 HP. He tells his meat shields not to worry, and immediately dips into stealth mode. The confidence on this guy is unreal. My man is already hitting the dragon with some flashy red attack, probably trying to find a weak spot. The tank and the human bait are just watching, already simping over the guy who uses them as bait. Our boy is monologuing about how he's an expert at fighting the mobs he literally created. He goes in for the attack, ready to show off for his new fan club. He lands a hit right on the jaw, but the dragon looks more confused than hurt. And the dragon just casually flicks him away like a bug. So much for that epic entrance. The whole squad just watches their leader get absolutely yeeted into a bush. What a flawless strategy. The human bait is having a galaxy brain moment, realizing the bone dragon is, in fact, a dragon. And the bone dragon roars, just to make sure everyone's on the same page about how screwed they are. The whole squad immediately chooses violence, which in this case means running for their damn lives. The dragon looms over them like a final boss, and our boy is still just a tiny speck who got flicked away. The system hits them with a pop-up, basically saying, "You guys suck, want to buy a win?" The game literally pauses mid-chaos to offer them a microtransaction. What a time to be alive. So the game's big solution is a pay-to-win easy mode for the tutorial boss. This is just sad. The system is literally trying to sell them on a follow the shiny coins minigame like they're 5, so you can pay to get invincibility and a personal shop. This death game has a premium subscription. The meat shields are actually calling this cash grab humane, while our boy looks on in silent judgment. Our boy Wang Yuan accepts the pay-to-win deal, already knowing his wallet is about to get violated. The system hits him with a 20,000 point bill, and my man is absolutely shook by the price of safety. And just like that, he's in massive debt. Bro went from the richest player to the poorest in 1 click. The game gives him a loan because he's number 1, but now he's on a 20-day payment plan. Death game student loans. Our boy tries to play it cool, saying at least they're safe, while the game is already paying him for his suffering. And safe means playing Pac-Man with a bunch of angry crocodiles. What a relaxing easy mode. Meanwhile, the tank and the human bait are doing a Tarzan impression to escape a giant snake. The bait is screaming, obviously. Our boy immediately realizes that his definition of safe might have been a little optimistic. The pay-to-win easy mode leads them to a rickety-ass bridge over a bottomless pit. What a bargain. The whole squad is booking it across the bridge towards a volcano, because of course the tutorial ends in a volcano. Our boy gets that psycho grin, telling his meat shields to try harder while they're running for their lives. And the bone dragon immediately yeets a boulder, shattering their escape route. So much for easy mode. Wang Yuan is already panicking, realizing the raid boss is way faster than he thought. The system explains this mindless chase lasts for 2 hours. They paid 20k points for a 2-hour death run. Our boy is midair, pulling some attack on Titan shit with his scarf to save himself. He actually sticks the landing, using his ribbon as a grappling hook to scale the cliff. And his first thought is to check on his meat shields. What a considerate psycho. The tank is actually holding his own, blocking the falling debris like a champ. The grind paid off. Our boy looks genuinely surprised that his party members aren't completely useless for once. Even the white-haired kid is getting in on the action, slicing up debris. The whole squad is finally contributing. The human bait is looking around for our boy, probably wondering if he got deleted by that flick. And our boy is back, with the whole squad looking relieved that their 1 HP carry is still alive. The system analyzes the agent's parting gift, which is basically a GPS tracker for hackers. Meanwhile, Popcorn Girl is still trying to process the absolute cheat code the agent just pulled on her. This psycho admin is celebrating her genius plan to track the agent, ready to go full gremlin mode on him. And her bird sidekick immediately roasts her, pointing out the agent's hack was actually slow as hell. She gets all defensive and starts tracing the teleport, completely ignoring the fact she just got owned by a bird. The agent has already teleported to some holy temple, looking like he just found a server backdoor. And Popcorn Girl is absolutely losing it, realizing the agent didn't just escape, he teleported to her admin base. The agent is already inside her system, literally touching her firewall with that I'm in smirk. Popcorn Girl is losing her mind, realizing the agent used her own system to find her secret base. She immediately teleports to his location, ready to personally uninstall this hacker from her game. The agent just hits her with a smug thumbs up before dipping. My man really just styled on a GM, and she throws a full-on tantrum, smashing her pillow with a scythe because she got outplayed. Popcorn Girl is just standing there fuming, completely speechless after getting clowned on that hard. The bird sidekick is back to roasting her, and she's trying to act tough like she's not completely owned. The agent left a damn stick figure drawing of her on a tree. The level of disrespect is unreal. And the agent is back at the scene of the crime, calling her a silly brat for not expecting his return. My man is chugging a mana potion, trying to piece together the whole point of this death game. And he figures it out. Losers become fuel, and winners become seeds. This just got way darker. The agent is trying to play the hero, talking about keeping everyone safe after just figuring out they're all screwed. My man decides to risk it all and dive back into the tutorial to save the noobs. What a noble idiot. And he teleports straight to Dragon Valley, because of course he's heading right for the main character's plot. We get a flashback of the tank actually being useful for once, smashing rocks during the dragon chase. And the white-haired kid was also pulling his weight, dropping some flashy lightning moves on the debris. The system confirms they survived the death run, dropping a bunch of loot and points on them. The whole squad is completely wiped out, and the system locks their new gear until level 80. What a tease. Our boy Wang Yuan stands over his exhausted meat shields with a smug grin, taking all the credit. The tank is already simping, explaining how they only won because they created an opening for our boy. Even the white-haired kid is buying it, looking all starry-eyed as the tank praises their 1 HP god. The tank is getting his shoulder fixed by our boy, looking like he's about to cry from the pain. And just like that, the system confirms our boy is now the team's designated chiropractor. The tank tries to play it cool, acting like he wasn't just screaming in agony a second ago. The white-haired kid is in full-on simp mode, thanking our boy for the carry and the life lessons. Our boy is soaking in the praise, thinking about how his meat shields are finally growing up. And then he remembers his own stats are still trash, having a meltdown because his gear does nothing. The game drops the final scores, and the white-haired kid actually pulled his weight for once. The tank gets the exact same score, proving that being a human punching bag is a valid strategy. And the human bait gets the lowest score. Bro got rewarded for his professional screaming, I guess. The tank immediately starts flaming the human bait for slacking, and the team drama officially begins. The white-haired kid is simping hard, thinking our boy let them get points, and my man is just eating up the praise. The game hits them with another 50-point fee and the classic continue or die choice. The whole squad is standing on a cliff, completely clueless about where the hell the next safe zone is, and the system reveals the next stage is a battle royale, with the forest getting deleted to push them forward. The clearing process is a stampede of angry demon boars, because this game has zero chill. The shrinking zone is literally herding the entire monster population directly into our squad's path. The whole party is losing their minds as the monster death train comes barreling right for them. The system gives them a don't worry pop-up, which is the most worrying thing you can see in this game. Their destination is a giant-ass mountain, because of course the tutorial ends with a mountain climb. The The safe zone is a volcano with a 10-minute timer, and the human bait is already having a meltdown. The whole squad is trapped on a cliff, with a monster stampede behind them and a bottomless pit in front. And the bone dragon just slams its hand down, blocking the path. The human bait is having a well-deserved panic attack. The human bait is having a moment of clarity, realizing our boy might not be entirely human. Took you long enough, dude. And Wang Yuan just casually yeets himself off the cliff while his team watches in horror. What a leader. Our boy hits them with that psycho grin, basically saying, if you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, just jump. He even throws a spider down to test the fall damage. The human bait is not a fan of this plan. The human bait is monologuing about how our boy's brain is just wired differently. Yeah, it's wired for chaos. He admits that every time this psycho somehow finds a way to carry them through. He's not wrong. Turns out his master plan was to chop down a tree that doubles as a hang glider. Dev knowledge strikes again. The human bait is finally asking the real questions, wondering if our boy is just a tutorial NPC in disguise. The human bait immediately backpedals on his NPC theory, absolutely terrified of getting on our boy's bad side. He asks how our boy knew about the secret escape route, and my man just gives him that dead-eyed stare. Wang Yuan hits him with a casual "I didn't" and a psycho grin, basically admitting he just gambled with their lives. The human bait is absolutely losing it, realizing this psycho just winged it and they somehow didn't die. Our boy drops more dev lore explaining the game is designed to reward exploration, not trap players. He's explaining the game's blueprint like he's giving a GDC talk, and these noobs are just eating it up. The squad is gliding over the death zone while a bunch of beastmen watch them escape. So much for a clean getaway. And of course, a new monkey man mob is already aiming to turn their gliders into Swiss cheese. The monkey men start yeeting spears at them mid-flight because this game has absolutely zero chill. And the system congratulates them for triggering a side quest by almost getting impaled. What a reward. The game turns their near-death experience into a side quest to get a permanent flying mount. Our boy is already dodging spears while the human bait does what he does best, screaming about the obvious. Their brand new ride is already getting turned into Swiss cheese, with durability dropping fast. My man almost gets a new piercing as a spear grazes his face. This is getting a little too close for comfort. The tree glider is actually holding up, deflecting spears like it's made of something other than wood. The human bait tells the 1 HP god to fall back, which is the most useless advice I've ever heard. And here come the monkey men, leaping through the air like they're auditioning for Planet of the Apes. The tank is doing what he does best, using his face to block attacks and save their ride. Even the white-haired kid is taking hits, proving that this aerial combat thing is not for amateurs. Our boy realizes his meat shields suck at aerial combat and decides they need to switch to ranged attacks. Our boy is yelling at the human bait, who's screaming that he's a pacifist with zero attack skills. Wang Yuan hits him with that psycho grin, telling him he doesn't need to fight, he just needs to use those things. The human bait is completely lost until our boy reminds him about the useless junk he's been hoarding. Another spear rips through their glider, reminding them they're on a very tight schedule here. The whole squad is reorganizing midair, with the tank taking point like the human shield he was born to be. And there it is. Our boy is asking for the explosive berries. The coward's useless trash is finally the key to victory. Wang Yuan goes full quarterback mode, ready to start yeeting explosive fruit at the monkey men below. My man is lining up the shot with a full-on trajectory assist. This is about to be a massacre. And the berry goes nuclear, turning the monkey squad into a giant-ass bonfire. That's what I call air support. The tank and the white-haired kid are still deflecting spears, holding the line while our boy rains hellfire from above. Our boy Wang Yuan starts yeeting those explosive berries like he's trying out for the NFL. The monkey men get absolutely deleted by the fruit-based carpet bombing, dropping loot all over the place. And we get a nice dramatic shot of the explosion, just in case you forgot this is an action series. The squad finally lands and the human bait is crying about being safe. My man, you were the grenade caddy. The system rewards their near-death experience with a permanent flying mount. I guess it was worth it. The game roasts the human bait by officially naming him Mobile Ammo Supply. Even the system is in on the joke. And just when they think they can chill, a new character shows up. This never ends well. This new girl rolls up with a need help smile that is 100% a trap. Don't trust it, boys. She immediately starts healing the tank's shoulder with some glowing green magic. Okay, maybe she's legit. The tank is absolutely loving the free heal, looking like he's in a damn shampoo commercial. The new girl's staff is glowing with some serious healing power. Okay, she might actually be useful. And just like that, the white-haired kid is back to 100%, looking like he just won the lottery. The tank is absolutely losing his mind over the free heals, while the human bait looks on in disbelief. The human bait immediately starts simping, begging the new priest sister for a heal of his own. And she just smacks him with her staff, basically telling him to walk it off. What a queen. The tank starts flaming the human bait for being useless, who argues that being the bomb guy counts. Our boy just watches his meat shields bicker, probably enjoying the chaos he's created. Wang Yuan tries to turn on the charm, thanking the new girl like he's not a complete psycho. But this new girl is giving him the deadliest side-eye, and you know she's not buying his act. And she immediately chooses violence, trying to delete our boy who barely blocks the attack. She knows what's up. The new girl admits she can't see a future where she can kill him. Our boy is literally breaking her precog ability. Wang Yuan is just pointing at her, completely confused by this psycho who just tried to gank him. She's having a flashback to her old life of bounties and contract killing. This girl is not a healer, she's a dealer of death. And the backstory drops, she's a professional assassin. The priest class is just a cover for her murder hobo lifestyle. Her whole motivation is to get rich, using her powers to see a future where she's chilling on a pile of gold. A woman of culture. Our boy is having an internal crisis over a handshake, wondering if he should just bail. Bro, she just tried to kill you. And she actually takes his hand. This is either a truce or the start of some serious mind games. Our boy is giving her the side-eye, probably realizing he's dealing with another psycho. Game recognizes game. The assassin priest hits him with the fakest nice-to-meet-you smile I've ever seen. This is a trap. And Wang Yuan just short-circuits, making a derp face. My man's brain just blue-screened from the social interaction. The human bait is watching this whole thing, wondering why the new girl is suddenly so friendly to our boy. And the gears finally start turning in his head. My man realizes something is very, very wrong. He's imagining the assassin priest poaching our boy, turning him into her personal demon lackey. The paranoia is real. The human bait is having a full-on meltdown, realizing a DPS and a healer don't need a professional victim on the team. And we get a flash forward to his worst nightmare. Our boy and the psycho priest duo clearing dungeons without him. The human bait is not about to let his meal ticket get poached. He's looking surprisingly determined for once. He immediately runs over, trying to remind our boy of their unbreakable bond and begging for an intro. The assassin priest just hits him with a cold lackey while he's trying to sell their team spirit. Ouch. The psycho priest plays along with a fake smile, calling them a fantastic team. Yeah, I don't trust that one bit. But our boy cuts her off, saying there's no need for intros. He knows this is a trap. The assassin priest explains she was looking for a new crew, and the human bait is already on his knees begging. She roasts her old team, saying the slimes were so easy they basically had kill me signs on them. First up on her shit list was the brawn knight with no brains. She's not pulling any punches. And then there was the troublesome brat who was too scared to even move. What a dream team. So she just dipped, shutting down her party finder because she was done carrying a bunch of scrubs. Our boy tries to play peacemaker, telling her everyone has to start somewhere. He's always trying to recruit. But she's not having it, and immediately puts the spotlight right back on him. The interrogation begins. She calls him out for being a mage who can teleport, and the human bait looks absolutely shook. The whole squad goes feral, realizing our boy has been hiding even more broken skills this whole time. Our boy just hits her with that psycho grin, calling her out for hiding her own shit during the volcano run. The assassin priest hits him with the "we need you" line, trying to recruit the #1 player for her murder hobo squad. And the game drops the next mission: climb a volcano to escape. The tutorial's final exam is a death climb. The game adds a fatigue system, basically telling them not to die from exhaustion on their way to the final boss. And they get little rest stops on the cliffside because this death game is so considerate. The human bait is having a moment, admitting he's weak and needs to leech off the strong to survive. My man is struggling to climb, looking like he's about to become a permanent part of the landscape. He's still monologuing about survival as the rock he's holding starts to crumble. Great timing, genius. And the rock gives way, sending the human bait screaming into the abyss. Some things never change. My man is just pinballing down the cliff face. This is his natural habitat. And he saves himself by grabbing a handful of our boy's abs. Bro is literally clinging to his carry. The human bait is having a full-on simp moment, vowing to prove his worth while clinging to our boy for dear life. Our boy roasts him for being gassed after 30 minutes, offering to carry him like the absolute liability he is. The human bait is blushing and screaming that the priest said only he could climb it. Bro is just making shit up now. The whole squad just stares as the assassin priest prepares to drop some actual strategy on these clowns. The assassin priest explains the fatigue system, admitting she can't even make it to the first checkpoint without getting exhausted. The tank thinks it's a simple stat check and volunteers to brute force the climb. What a meathead! And he immediately gets folded, taking a ton of fall damage and a critical HP warning. So much for that plan. The psycho priest patches him up, and the human bait realizes he would have been deleted if he fell that far. My man is having another existential crisis, finally understanding that fall damage is, in fact, lethal in this game. And the assassin priest puts our boy on blast again, calling him out for having a teleport skill he's been hiding. The assassin priest drops the galaxy brain strategy. Our boy just needs to teleport up and drop ropes for the plebs.
The human bait is way too hyped for this, acting like he's been waiting his whole life to be useful.
Our boy hits him with that psycho grin, basically asking if he's sure he wants to be the guinea pig. The human bait immediately imagines our boy telling him to get lost, and the fear is absolutely real. He folds instantly, screaming that he's got this while our boy just watches him have a complete meltdown. Our boy promises to find more jobs for him, and the human bait is already regretting his entire existence. The human bait is already struggling, trying to convince himself this near-death experience is a good thing. And we see the first checkpoint, which might as well be on the moon for how far away it looks. My man is at 98% fatigue, thinking he can make it. Bro is about to learn about stamina management the hard way. He's trying to put on a brave face for the squad, completely oblivious to the fact he's about to get folded. Our boy Wang Yuan yeets a fireball, but it's not to save the human bait, it's for something way funnier. The human bait is about to get deleted by a falling rock, and our boy is aiming right for it. Wang Yuan is going full Super Saiyan, looking like he's about to pull off some hero shit. He uses a flame castling skill, and the human bait thinks he's getting a personal rescue. The human bait is already posing for the victory screen, thinking he's the main character for a second. And our boy just teleports to the checkpoint, leaving the human bait to become a crater. What a legend. The human bait is having a meltdown, trying to pull a Spider-Man with some janky-ass vine spell, and he misses the shot completely. Bro's aim is as bad as his decision-making, but some mystery hand snags the vine at the last second. The plot armor is thick with this one. The human bait is getting reeled in while screaming like a baby. Saved again. Useful, never. The human bait is screaming about how hard he worked, taking full credit for not becoming a pancake on the rocks below, and now he's eating a donut, admitting he has no idea what just happened. My man's memory is shorter than his usefulness. Our boy gives him a thumbs up and calls him by name, rocking that "I enjoy watching you suffer" psycho grin. The whole squad is now rappelling up the cliff, so the teleport and rope plan actually worked for once. The system congratulates them for surviving the volcano, officially ending the tutorial from hell, and they get another mission complete for assembling the party, with a casual mention that one person got deleted. The game confirms they're done and an airship is on its way. They're finally getting off this cursed island. The system calls them guests as they all stare into the sky, probably expecting another raid boss to drop. A goofy little witch guide pops up to lead the way. This is either a trap or the game's art budget ran out. And we get the skill breakdown for our boy's teleport, which has a 20% chance of setting him on fire. Of course it does.